Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the Rough Country heavy-duty front and rear floor mats in black, available for the 2015 newer SuperCrew F150s. You should be checking out this kit if you're looking for full coverage protection of your factory carpeting. Now this gen is pretty new off the line, it's only got a couple of years on them, so you want to keep the carpets factory fresh, and this is a great way to do so at the front and rear of your cabin. Now the whole kit here is made from a high quality, durable polyethylene construction, which is really just a flexible, durable, UV resistant rubber. So it does flex and bend and is completely custom molded to your specific generation. As you can see, all of the edges and lifted corners and divots and bends, it's all gonna fit exactly on your floorboard as it is off the factory line, which is something I really like. They're not universal, they're specific to your gen. Now because they're all polyethylene construction, they're spill proof, weatherproof, slip resistant, they have a textured black finish to get a little bit more grip, and they all have not necessarily a tire tread-like pattern, but specific weather channels to make sure if you do spill anything or if you're tracking in mud and dirt, it's kind of being contained within these parameters. It's gonna keep it from spilling over onto your factory carpeting, which I actually think isn't really a concern. This does have a complete full coverage finish. The only thing it's not covering are the seat brackets under your seat, which really isn't a concern to anybody. With that said though guys, because it has that full coverage, it is gonna spill right on over to your factory door sills, which gives you a little bit of extended coverage. The driver's side's going straight up under the pedals to give you more of that coverage, and the same thing for your passenger side. We know your passengers like to stretch out a little bit. This is gonna give you under that dash coverage and coverage of the side kick panel. So when you're hopping in and out of the truck, passenger and driver, you're not gonna be kicking the trim, you're kicking your shoes on that additional wall. So big coverage there, really like that. The rear end here, which you can see under the front mats, gives you, again, complete coverage, but it's going a little bit further with the back. Now, because a lot of guys take advantage of under the rear seats, it's got full coverage all in one piece, kind of that over the hump style, but going straight across the entire floorboard. So really, really solid coverage in the back as well. And the same thing here, they've got those channels. Now, even though they're complete coverage, it is still super easy to pull them in and out. When it comes time to clean them, or if you've got a big mess, all you gotta do is squeeze them, pull them out, hose them off, throw them right back in, and they're good to go just like new. They're impact resistant, scratch resistant, tear resistant, all that good stuff. So they're really gonna take a beating for your truck while keeping the factory components nice and clean. Now on the driver's side, you can see it has those retainer pins, so you just snap them right back into the factory retaining locations, and it's got these little caps here to make sure it's nice and subtle. Passenger side doesn't have that from the factory, so they'll just lay right into place. These guys are made right here in the US, and they're available for right around 160 bucks, so just over the 150 mark. I think is a super worthwhile price for a set of front and rear liners. As you can see, this is specifically made for the SuperCrew trucks, of course, because it's got the back end coverage. You want to make sure it's the proper size for your truck. And it's also made for the trucks that only have the solid center stack console in the front, not bench style seating. So if your truck has that flip up middle section for a third seat in the front, this is not gonna be for you. You're looking for over the hump floor liners. This guy is just for the solid cup holder center console area. Now, the install for this, of course, as you can imagine, is gonna get 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Literally anybody can tackle this in about 10 minutes, start to finish, not even. Depends on how messy your truck is and how much cleaning you gotta do. I'm gonna show you every step of the process. First, we're gonna pull out the factory liners and throw these guys in. All right, of course, we're gonna start on our driver's side front for the uninstalls. Just pop out your factory floor mat and we'll throw in the new one. Now for this, you're just gonna unsnap on both sides. And what I like to do is just fold them so any dirt in there doesn't get back on your carpet. Now for your new guys, what you're gonna do, start with it face down, top down, and curve it underneath of your pedals. Now you might have to bend it a little bit to get it in place. From here, you're gonna line up the snap to the factory location. There we go. All right, line up the other one on the other side, and you're gonna press down on that as well. Once you have that snapped in place, do the same thing on the other side. For the passenger side, again, just pull out your factory mat, trying to contain all that dirt. Take your Rough Country, again, top down, slide this into place underneath of your seat. And once it's seated, again, this side does not have the retainer pins, so you don't have to worry about that. Just push it down. Once it gets used to the heat, it'll settle in. You can put your seat forward, and you're good to move on to the back. Now for the rear, what I like to do to make life easier is just lift the rear seats up like we have here. I sometimes push the front seats forward too, just so you can see a little bit more of that coverage. Taking out that factory liner, if you have one, I like to pull it toward the one side. Fold it in again, trying to keep the dirt in there. You can set this aside. All right, now for your rough country, what I like to do is just sandwich it in just like this, folding it, set it all the way through, and then let go. From here, we can set it in place under the seats. All right, you want to tuck this under your power inverter, under the passenger side rear seat. That lays flat there. You can see it's cut around the center console. It has a perfect mold. Now, as you can see on that side, you can see it's flapped up at the door sill. What you're gonna do is just push down on it, lay it flat, and then again, once it heats up and gets used to the temperature, it'll settle itself back down and mold directly in. From here, you can put your seats down and you're good to go. Well guys, that's gonna wrap up my review and install for the Rough Country heavy duty front and rear floor mats in black. Now, if you wanna pick up this particular set for the front and rear of your truck, you can get them right here at AmericanTrucks.com.